Hi all, and welcome to another video from Miss Robbie's classroom. I'm your teacher advisor, Miss Robbie, public school teacher from the Philippines. Due to the shift from face-to-face to modular learning, I decided to come up with video guides to help supplement my students' self-learning home tasks. So if you're new to my channel and you like what you're seeing, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, subscribe, and click that bell button to be notified of new videos on this channel. Today, we will have another video on our series of the self-learning home task for the 4th quarter in English 7. For this clip, you will need your English 7 home task for week 2, some pieces of bond paper for your outputs, and a pen. You will also need a smartphone or any device for audio and video recording. Pay attention when you hear the bell sound. That means you may need to pause the video in order to do the task given. Then resume the video once you're done. And remember to start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. This lesson is based on the most essential learning competencies. Utilize verbal and nonverbal cues in conversations, dialogues, and interviews. So our goals at the end of this clip is that you'll be able to classify the interpersonal communication situations, pick the right responses for dialogue, conversation, and interview, use interpersonal communication strategies in a situation, supply responses for dialogue, conversation, and interview, and conduct a dialogue, conversation, or interview. And so with that, let's talk about reaching out through interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication came into being when man began to exchange ideas and thoughts to one another. It's a kind of communication in which people convey their feelings, ideas, emotions, and information face to face. It's not only about what is said and what is received, but it's also about how it's said and how the body language and facial expressions are used. Through interpersonal communication, you, students, can build strong relationships with others. At the same time, you're able to have better chances of improved interaction. Thus, this will help you enjoy success in both personal and social lives. There are 3 interpersonal communication strategies: dialogue, conversation, and interview. What is conversation? Conversation is the most common form of dyadic communication. It may be defined as a friendly and usual informal talk between 2 people who exchange their views and ideas. Some examples are friends talking about various topics, siblings recalling fond memories, passengers talking in a bus station and waiting sheds, children playing in the playground, family buying at the shopping malls. Here are some things to remember when engaging in conversation with one another. Number 1. Don't interrupt while the person is speaking. Since you are exchanging ideas, it's important that you allow the other person to express his ideas fully before taking your turn. Interrupting someone while he's talking is not only rude and impolite, but it also cuts off the other person's ideas from completion. Number 2. Don't do all the talking. A conversation is a sharing of ideas, so be careful not to hog all the talking time and let others share their views as well. Number 3. Be a good listener. Listening is important so that you may be able to respond appropriately. Number 4. Don't exaggerate. Keep your words simple and straight to the point. Number 5. Don't misquote. This may put ideas out of context and cause misunderstanding. And number 6. Be polite. Dialogue. A dialogue is the most personal and most intimate form of dyadic communication. In some ways, similar to a conversation, but it's more intimate and purposive. It could be a written or spoken exchange of ideas between 2 or 3 people. An example of a dialogue is between a student and his parent talking about school matters, or a husband and a wife talking about family finances. It could also be about students chatting on the phone about their project, or friends arguing on the merits of a movie, or a principal comforting his teacher who has just lost his mother. Here are some guidelines in engaging an effective dialogue. First, share your perspectives or ideas. Second, listen to the perspective or ideas of others. Third, respect the differences and understand them. Fourth, show interest. Interview. An interview is a form of dyadic communication that is considered a two-way process where both parties alternately talk and listen. It's a conversation with a purpose which aims to help the interviewee to understand and put into a larger context the interpersonal, social, and cultural aspects of the environment. Moreover, an interview is a formal and purposive consultation. In this communication situation, the interviewer's objective is to obtain specific pieces of information from the interviewee. Examples of interviews are for employment screening, creating stories, counseling, receiving complaints, and writing articles. Here are some guidelines in conducting an effective interview. First, plan and prepare. Second, explain the purpose of the interview. Number 3, ask one question at a time. Number 4, encourage responses. 5, take down notes. 6, provide transition between major topics. 7, don't lose control of the interview. And 8, don't forget to say thank you at the end of the interview. Now you know the 3 interpersonal communication strategies. Now take your time to read the tips to improve interpersonal communication skills. Number 1, be familiar of yourself. Self-awareness is the practice of consciously being aware of what you're thinking and feeling and why you're doing so. Being aware of your own emotions can significantly benefit your interpersonal communication skills. Second tip, be conscious, respectful, and empathetic towards others. When you engage positive interpersonal skills, you allow others to express themselves without automatically jumping on them, meaning that you're genuinely listening to what they have to say. Tip number 3, actively listen to others. Listening is a skill that must be developed and honed. By listening to understand rather than listening to respond, you demonstrate that what the person you're speaking with has to say is important to you. Tip number 4, avoid talking over others or speaking for them. It allows the person to have time to finish their thoughts and don't presume to know what they want to say. Give them the respect that they deserve by giving them the time to say it for themselves. Tip number 5, elaborate more by saying yes before saying no. It's about saying yes and building on it rather than shutting down the conversation with a no. Now let's apply what you just learned. Go to page 3 to 4 of your home task. In letter A, match the picture from column A to its appropriate situation in column B. Write the letter O. In letter B, complete the conversation by filling in the blank with the appropriate line from the box. Consider the words in the parentheses as your guide. Are you ready to answer? Let's go! it's checking time. Let's see how well you did. Go to page 3 to 4 of your home task. In letter A, match the picture from the column A to its appropriate situation in column B. For number 1, host talking to a guest about business matters. The correct answer is letter C, interview. Number 2, woman asking for the next bus stop. Correct answer is letter B, conversation. Number 3, couple discussing future plans. Correct answer is A, dialogue. In letter B, complete the conversation by filling in the blank with the appropriate line from the box. Consider the words in the parentheses as your guide. Here are the answers for letter B. Pause this video while you check your work. How did you do? Did you get a perfect score? Awesome! If not to worry. Let's do better next time. It's assessment time. Choose 2 interpersonal communication strategies: dialogue, conversation, or interview. From the suggested situations below, select one for each strategy. Think of a person whom you think is the best subject for each situation. Here are the suggested situations: introducing a friend to someone, writing a biography of a frontliner, talking with parents about school matters, chatting with a classmate about a project, gathering data for writing an article. You can submit one of the following: a written script of the conversation, dialogue, or interview, video recording, or an audio recording. Here is a sample output of an audio recording of introducing a friend to someone. Conversation: introducing a friend to someone.
Hey there, Severus.
Hello, James. What's up?
I'd like you to meet my friend, Lily. She just transferred from Hogwarts School and will be joining our class in potions.
A pleasure to meet you, Lily.
Hi!
Hogwarts? Wow, that's a very prestigious school. Why did you transfer?
I didn't like their professor in dark arts, and I needed a fresh start to practice my Quidditch skills.
Well, you've come to the right place. Sunnydale High has a great Quidditch program.
Send your output to your teacher via Facebook Messenger. Enrichment activity. Do items number 1 and 2, then answer item number 3. Suppose your barangay will post the announcement above and you're interested to participate in the activity. Ask permission from your parents. What interpersonal communication strategy will you employ? Number 2, convince your parents using your chosen strategy. And 3, were you successful? If yes, why? If no, why not? Submit your work for checking to your teacher. Now you're all set for lesson 3. Until next time, this is your teacher advisor, Ms. Robbie. Happy studying, guys!